Yo, it's your boy Elzenitho. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from and when you're watching this video. So basically, like I said in my last tutorial video, I said for a few tutorial videos we're going to be working on like replications and creating concepts that is related to Christmas, season greetings and all those things. And it's not going to be like the usual posters, right? So for the start, we're going to be replicating visual metaphors that relates to Christmas and the likes. And the reason why we're doing that is to prepare designers, whether you're a beginner, whether you are intermediate, not professional though, because I mean this I'm not yet a professional. So yeah, this is just to help us, prepare us towards creating concepts and creating designs for the season. And I know it's usually very, very taxing for designers, especially when it comes to Christmas. There's a need to always like think towards what you want to do and not just be the regular kind of design and all. So today we're going to be replicating a particular design, and this is the design we are going to be replicating. We will try as much as possible to get exactly how it looks like while still adding our own kind of elements and vibe. So this is not even a Christmas design. It's a Christmas design, but the statement there is Happy New Year, which is actually wrong, right? So it's for a car maintenance company. They have an app. I really do not understand what is going on, but we are just going to be creating this concept. All right, so first thing first is we are going to list out certain things we are seeing in this design that we need to download. First off, we need to download the texture of the road, because as you can see, it is not just any form of wall, it is a road, like a tiled road. Secondly, we are going to download a Christmas tree from the top view. As you can see, this is the Christmas tree, top view of a Christmas tree. We are going to download a car as well, the top view of a car. And we don't need to download anything light because we'll create it by ourselves on Photoshop. We're also going to download another Christmas tree, like a regular Christmas tree. Then we're going to probably, convert it to shadow and stuff like that. So basically, those are the few things we're going to be downloading. I already downloaded them, but I'm just going to show you how to go about downloading it. So first off, for the texture of the road, you can either use Unsplash, although there are other places where you can download your texture. So I'll just type in road texture, and you can see diverse road texture that you can pick from, depending on, I mean, like I said, the concept is what we're going for. We don't want to do exactly like this, but so you can just pick any one of this first, this one or this one, you can then darken it and stuff like that, or you can go straight to free pick and just type road texture and select photos and let it give you just photos. So you can then look for textures of road. You might even pick one that doesn't even look like it's showing the road itself. Then you can just cut it and use your distort tool. Something like this, you can just pick something like this, or you can even pick something like this and remove this the yellow. It's very easy to remove this. You just use your clone tool or your patch tool. Anyways, after doing that, the next thing you want to do is download a picture of a car, the top view of a car. And as usual, I'm always saying and emphasizing that when you want to download transparent stuff, go to your pngwing.com. And so using our pngwing.com, what's wrong with my network? MTN. All right, so then you just type in car top view. So when you type in car top view, you can see several type of cars. Now, I would advise that when you're looking for a car, you don't necessarily have to get one that has shadow, right? The essential part of it is ensuring that the car is of high quality. So you need something like 300 kilobytes upward, since it is PNG. If you can get 1 MB, it's going to be awesome, because you want to create a poster that is very, very large. So you can just look for any card that you want to pick here, and you pick it, as well as the tree, Christmas tree. Pick up, search for a Christmas tree, download. Search for Christmas tree top view, download as well. So I'll not bore you with all those ones since I already downloaded them. Now we're going to go to Photoshop. Now create a new canvas. I'm going to work with my usual 4000 pixels for the width and 4000. Let's work with 4500 for the height. For the resolution, 300 pixel per inch. Excuse me. Now the reason I'm working with a high quality poster is such that when you upload it to probably WhatsApp that reduces quality, or Facebook that reduces quality, I mean, it still retains some kind of quality compared to when you use probably like 1000 by 1000, 1005, 2000, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, we could also try to use as high as 5000, 10,000 pixels, depending on what you're trying to achieve. For the, I mean, I rarely do this, but let me just change this to Christmas VM, that's visual metaphor poster. For the background, we're going to use black. Then you create. So this is our canvas, right? And we want to turn this black canvas to this. You can see this is longer, but we are not really interested in how long it is. We want something that we can easily post on Instagram and other social media. So first off, we'll bring in the floor, that's the road, and I was able to download 2 options, just to see which one works well. So this, the first option, rasterize and change name the layer road. Now you can see that on this particular one, it's dark. I mean, before you can excuse me, before you can show the lights coming out from the headlights of the car, or the road has to be at least dark to some point so that the light can properly show. So to do that, you can either use your curve or just paint it black or something like that. But we're going to try different options. So the first is to use our curves. Go to your curve, first right click and clip it to the max. Clip it to the road, excuse me. So then you want to pick it from here and drag down and pick this up slightly. Now if you turn it off, you can see the difference, right? Now you notice that this has this dot, and that's just because road is not just pure black. As you can see from this, it's not pure black. It has dots. Now having done this, let's bring in the second road image. Let's see how it looks like. You can see that this is also similar, they have these dots, just this white dots. Now that I see this, I think I like I'm going to try out something later. So I'm going to just leave this here and let's call this light. All right. So this is the road. Let's add a bit of shade. Take your brush, ensure it is 0 hardness, and just brush across this down part, just like so. Let's brush across. Yeah, after doing that, you want to go to your soft light and then reduce the opacity to like 60-70. It's just to give it a more realistic look, right? Now the next thing you want to do is this. I thought of something. Now this other road that I brought in, right? There's a way we could, let's cut it into, we want to like give it this line. You can see that on this road there's no line, like it doesn't even look like road kind of, but we want to give that line on the road. So to do that, I'm just going to create this. Or you know what, instead of using a road, why not we just like create it ourselves, right? So let's just come here, go to our rectangle, then just draw a road, like a line, just like so, and fill it with white, right? Something like this, exactly. So then you can then duplicate it, Ctrl J, so it can be duplicated here, something like this. Then let's rasterize it. I'm not really, let's merge the shape first, then let's rasterize the layer. Now to make sure it is properly aligned to the middle, you can just select the layer, that's rectangle, or we can call it paint, road paint. Let's call it road paint. Now select the road paint layer, then hold down Ctrl, select the last layer, which is the main background, then come up here and you would see centralize or align to horizontal centers. Now it is currently centralized. Now what we want to then do is we want to make sure that it is, probably we're going to use color or hue. Okay, none of it is coming out well. Exclusion, does exclusion work? I think I prefer soft light or overlay. So what you can then do is just duplicate it so it can show very well. Yeah, we have this now. Now the next thing you want to do is bring in your car, right? Because that's like the obvious thing there, the car, because when you set the car where others can follow. So I downloaded the car from PNG Wing. Now I downloaded 2 cars. I was not really sure which one to use, either this or this. But because this has shadow, right, it has given me less stress. I don't need to stress myself. So it has shadow. This does not have shadow, but it's the quality is this is 1.2 MB and this is 304 kilobytes. So I could use this, but I could also use this. But actually I prefer this because this looks more like a family car than this. This one looks like a Playboy car, kind of. So I'm going to bring this in and just reduce it like so. Just press OK. So let's just call this car. Yeah, something like this. I can bring it in slightly. All right. So we have our car. I can see the car has to, it's the light effect. It has to be dark, kind of. It has to have this contrast. So what you want to then do is create a new layer, call it shade, clip it to the car layer, then take your brush to reduce the size. What we want to do is paint the black just at the back of the car, like so. Yeah, like so. Don't worry, I'm going to reduce it. So after doing that, we come down to our let's use multiply. Opacity, we reduce the opacity slightly, like so, just like so. We can bring it down slightly so you can see the difference. Then we can add a bit of contrast to it, reduce the shadow slightly. It just has to look very, very cool. Yeah, it does look very, very cool. All right, so having done that, I don't want a brown car because Christmas is red, red vibe, red, blue kind of. So I'm going to convert it to blue. I'm going to convert it to red, So to do that, you can either come down and use hue and saturation. Ensure the hue and saturation is clipped to the layer. Then you can just switch here, right? You can switch here, but you can see that none of it is giving us red vibe. Or let's delete the hue and saturation, or select solid color, choose red, and choose, I think this is even worse. This is even worse. So I'm going to go just stick to my hue and saturation, then find a way to make it work. So first off, we are going to use, let's choose this. Okay, all right, this looks almost like red. Exactly. So all you just need to do is work on the saturation and the hue. All right, so I like this works. So yeah, we have let's save our work. I mean, it's not like CorelDRAW or Blender, but let's just save our work. All right, we have the car set. The next thing I want to do is bring in the Christmas tree. And this is the Christmas tree. I downloaded this from PNG tree. I'm going to put the link in the video tutorial. So yeah, this is the Christmas tree. I'll just make it slightly smaller like this. As you can see, it is not so big. It's even smaller than the front of the car. All right, something like this. All right, let me quickly adjust this. So Christmas tree. All right, then unlike this one that does not have shadow beneath it, and it only has shadow at the front, which is not a good look. So you want to at least have it look like at least it is standing. It's not just on the design itself. So first off, we are going to add a bit of contrast. Let's clip it, add a bit of contrast, brighten it up a little bit since it's going to be receiving some light. Then we are going to place a shadow just underneath it. So let's just create a new layer, call it shadow, and just take your brush and just dab like so, just dab across. And the reason why we're doing this is, I mean, no matter even if the shadow is going to, the main shadow is going to be in front, it's a Christmas tree, it's like this. So this particular element, this particular branch going like this would always place a shadow just at the down part. You get, you should understand what I mean. So yeah, something like this. And this is very important, like, because when you are designing, you just have to ensure that your work look very realistic, like very realistic. So we're going to just play around the shadow just like so. Exactly. Now it looks like it's actually standing on something, you understand? Unlike this one looks like it was plastered. Like if you zoom in, you can't see any form of shadow. It just looks like it's blended with the road, which is not really what we are looking for. All right, so we have this, right? Now the next thing we want to then do is create the other shadow, right? This shadow. All right, to do that, I downloaded this particular PNG file. Yeah, I downloaded this. I downloaded it from Flaticon, this particular site, Flaticon. You can get any form of icon that you're looking for. So yeah, I also have a premium version courtesy of Creator Studio. That's where I work. So you can just search for any form of icon, and it's not just any icon only, just like you can get icons in different categories like outlines, gradients, even 3D icons. So yeah, I downloaded this and I'm going to make it, you know, big like so. And since it is it's going to be behind, like beneath the tree. So we're going to bring it, we're going to drag the layer here. Exactly. So just like so, we have this. And we're going to blur it first. Not too much. Yeah, something like this works. Then we're going to multiply. As you can see on this shadow, it looks grayish than black. But you know, if we reduce this, it won't. Okay, I think it might work. But I prefer that we just like work on the contrast itself. So we can see contrast now, or brightness itself. Oh, sorry, not brightness, hue and saturation. What we want to do is we want to make it less black. So we'll increase the lightness like so. Then reduce the saturation. If you increase it totally, you won't see anything. If you reduce, so we want it to be something like this, right? Since it's multiply, that's to still show the road. As you can see in this image as well, like the road is still showing. It's just shadow. Shadow does not take away what is on the road. So yeah, I'm going to make it slightly bigger, just like so. Now, the next thing we want to then do is, I think we should reduce the shadow underneath the tree. Yeah, this one we should reduce it, like it's coming off strong. So we just want to be exactly something like this. So turn it off, you can see, yeah, but it's not too much. So lastly, we want to then create the light effect. So we are going to create this light effect, and it's going to be very wonderful. So create your layer, call it light, switch to white, then come down here to make sure that you properly select what you need to select. So take your pen tool, because we have to use our pen tool. Then you're going to like select just like this, then you know, place it out. Let's zoom out. You're going to place it out, you know, let it reach where it can, something like this. Don't worry, we would edit it later. Let's zoom back in. The reason why you have to make sure that it follows the headlight form is because, I mean, it's light coming out from the headlamp, so you don't want it to look totally different, you know, kind of. You know what? Let's just make it like a rough sketch. So yeah, now we have this. We can then right click and press fill path, foreground color, which is white, and we have this. Then you can delete the. Now we have this. It looks very rough, but when we are done, you would see that it's going to look awesome. Now the next thing we want to then do is we are going to add Gaussian blur. So come to your blur gallery, blur, Gaussian blur. So we're going to make it like very, very blurry. Not so much, but you know, to some point. All right. Then the next thing we want to do is apply, what's it called? We want to use overlay or soft light. Which one would you prefer? I think soft light is better than overlay. All right. Yeah. Don't worry, we are still going to add some light effects to this. So this is the light coming out like this. If you turn it off, you can see. On this poster, you can see, yeah, the lights. So what we'll then do is create a layer mask. Select your light layer, create layer mask. Then take your brush tool, then just we are going to reduce the opacity. What we want to do is make sure that it looks like the light coming out, and you know this one looks too much like a shape. So we are just going to like brush across those lights. Just brush across them like so. So it doesn't look too, how do I explain it? It doesn't look too kind of, yeah, exactly. All right. So we have this light. Now you'll notice that, I mean, if light is coming towards you, that means your back will be dark, just like this poster. So we need to add some dark vibe here. And to do that, let's zoom in. This is the Christmas tree. Let's create a layer, call it shadow. Ensure that it is attached to the, like it is clipped to the Christmas tree. Then take your brush to ensure that the opacity is 100. Then brush across like so. Just brush, don't worry, it looks dark, but we're going to edit that. Go to your normal, change it to multiply, or you can change it to overlay or soft light, but I prefer multiply. Then you can then reduce the opacity here. Exactly. And fill, so that when you zoom out, you can see that it looks more like, oh, it is receiving light and it is giving out shadow. So you can still also add light to it, like to the front, so it looks more realistic. So let's just add, yeah, exactly, something like this. Let's just add light to it. So for this as well, let's work with soft light. Soft light's okay. Yeah, soft light is fine. You can then reduce it slightly. All right, so we have this. Then we have this, our light, right? If I duplicate, it becomes too much. Then you can then apply overlay, then reduce it to a very low point. I mean the opacity and the fill. Yeah, something like this works. Now if I turn off this black, okay, I think we should reduce the shade just a little bit, so it looks not too. All right, so yeah, we have this. And lastly, for the icing of the cake, which was not really done here, but for the icing of the cake, okay, it was the car itself. We are going to let's create a new layer, call it eyes or headlamp. Let's just call it headlamp. Now what we want to then do is pick your pen tool. Now just try to create the shape of this. And the reason why I want to do that is, as much as light is coming from the headlight, it's not showing here that light is actually coming. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill it with white. Same here. Select. Select like that. Then fill parts with white. All right, now that we have that filled with white, we can then come down. We can first apply blur, not too much blur like the original design, not this one, but something soft, exactly, something like this. Then you can come to your we can use overlay, then we can duplicate and still apply. Now it looks more realistic, like light is actually coming from the car itself. here. And so yeah, basically that's how you create this cool poster. You can see that the ground is a bit bluish and this is like pure black. So we can then probably create a solid color, blue. Imagine if we turn this to red. It looks nice with a simple vibe, but that's not what we're going for. Anyways, we can then turn this to color and then reduce it. Reduce the opacity, reduce the fill, so at least it has that kind of bluish vibe. And lastly, come down to your adjustment layer, choose your color lookup, and as usual I like using orange and blue. Okay, I'm not sure orange and blue will work for us this time. You can just use it on this particular one. Then also another color lookup, let's use nope, not you. Let's see. Giving up winter vibes, yeah. Then you darken it. Okay, but darken doesn't really work. Something like that. Yeah, okay. So we have this, and we have this, and then we can just write in we can write what we want to write as a form of text. Let me see. Can't really think of a particular word to use now. Okay, but lastly, let's create another form of shade. A brush, just shade across this side. It's very subtle. Yeah, something like this. Very, very subtle. There should be a bit of subtle shade here. Exactly. So yeah, we have this, right? We need something that we can write. I'm not really sure what we can put there. Okay, no problem. Since we can't put anything, the next thing is your signature, as usual. Elzenitho manipulation. Using white. And for the fonts, Montserrat semi-bold. Excuse me. So this time I'm going to just stretch it a little bit. Yeah. Now, when you're viewing this tutorial video, it might look like it has too many contrast in it, and the reason why it is like that is because we're using a very, very high canvas size, and so it might look like oh, so many things, like it looks so, like, you know, so detailed. Yeah, you know, sometimes when you have a design that is too detailed, it's sometimes not, it doesn't really look cool when you're viewing it on the screen, until probably when you start viewing it on phones and stuff. All right, so lastly, we are going to select all layers. Excuse me. Let's select all layers. Control Shift Alt E to convert all into a single image. Then we'll go to our camera raw filter to perfect the work. All right, so now camera raw filter, you can see you can then reduce the exposure just slightly. You can reduce the contrast, increase the highlights, reduce it, I don't know, anyone that works for you. Black, can increase the little bit texture, you can reduce the texture and increase the clarity so it looks more realistic. Or we can even increase the texture, but because so many things are already going on the road, you know, yeah, something like this works. Then we can add in a bit of brightness, vibrant I mean, then a bit of layers. Now finally, this is what it looks like. But because we are not satisfied, right, I'm going to do something. I'm going to try to get another let's go to Unsplash. I'm going to get another background of a road, so road texture, because that looks too detailed, like too detailed. So many things are already going on the road. So we are going to pick something that has less detail. Okay, let's work with this. So download this 3.8 MB, which is cool. Go to your downloads. Let's open it as a new layer, as a new PSD file. Then I'm going to, now to remove this, it's very simple. You can either just cut it off or just take this and just send fill content aware, and it automatically remove that yellow paint and restores the design. Simple, like very, very simple and straightforward. So we're going to bring this, we're going to drag this to this place. So let's just drag this here and see how it will look like. All right, let's bring it up. Increase the size. Now since this is looking too like it's too bright, so we're going to darken it a little bit. So yeah, pause, clip, then brightness and contrast. All right. Yeah, looks more like it. Now, lastly, we're going to bring in that shade that we applied to this one. And this has this thing going on here, which I don't like. So I'm just going to select this and just fill content aware. Yeah, so we have this. Let's go up to that light part. So what we're going to do is we're going to brush off some other part of the light body because it doesn't look real here. Yeah. So now it looks real. And for the tree, let's make it like it's the green vibe is just coming off strong. So for the tree, we'll just select where is the tree? Okay, this is the tree. So what we're going to do is just select the tree, come to image, match color. We're going to match the color of the tree with let's see, Now we are talking. It looks very, very cool. Yeah, it looks like a snowy kind of vibe. Right. So we have this. We're going to darken it like so. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for the light effects, I'm going to reduce the fill. I think I prefer this road to the other road. Yeah. So but what we can test is, let's bring this in. You can see it's just automatically creates this kind of vibe. So what we can then do is reduce the fill, so it still has that, that dot that should be on the road. Anyways, now that we are done with that, we have to delete this. Select all layers again, Control Shift Alt E to convert all layers to a single image, then still go with our camera raw filter effect and it applies it. Yeah, so that's the final piece. It turns out far better than, you can see the difference. The other one, the details was just too much. So this is the final piece and it looks very, very cool, very, very nice. If this resonates with you, if you love what you just saw and you would like to recreate this, please try it and share with me on any form of social media. Just tag me to check it out. And also, if you'd love us to, if you see any form of Christmas poster that you'd like us to replicate so you can understand how it was done, please share with me as well. And yeah, see you next time.